Welcome to the One Podcast. I am so excited to have a good friend of mine today named Aviaya. She is an intuitive coach and mentor working with God-led entrepreneurs. She makes complex things easy to do, to learn, and to understand. With a background including 30 years in finance and accounting, combined with being a yoga teacher, master face reader, which I can't wait to talk about, and coach. She has a multifaceted toolbox and understanding of both the energetics and the strategics of business. Welcome to the One Podcast. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
She and I, we've been in a couple groups together, and we went through a very fascinating course, which she knew about long before I did, that had to do with name coding. So somewhat recently, you've decided to completely change your name, and there's been some results of that as far as your identity and who you are and all the energetics behind it. What you would like to share about how that has helped you to become more of who you are, more of the one you know yourself to be.
Yes, this is really interesting because now it's been 6 months, a little more than 6 months since I changed my name. I used to be Anna, which is like one of the most common names in Sweden where I live. And now it's Aviaya. I'm one of two in Sweden with this spelling. So it really, it that first thing of changing my name was stepping out in visibility on a whole different level than I was used to.
And before we go too far in the story, what prompted the idea to want to change your name?
Yeah, I met this woman who we both know. Her name is Michaela. She's a numerologist, or actually she calls it the sign math. So she reads the codes in our names and our birth dates and our company names and our company's birth dates. And I'm always intrigued when I meet people with different modalities. So when I met her, I was like, I want to schedule a reading of my name. What is in my name? And what she brought forward, there were two things that really hit me. And she said that you can, of course, work on this on your own. But those two things, which the first one was that I had self-hate coded in my previous name. And the way she described it really resonated with me. And it felt like this is the struggle of my life, dealing with this self-hate and getting like down in this downward spiral, just getting deeper and deeper into it. And the second thing was that I had the code for being single, not only once, but 3 times.
Oh no!
And I have been single for 12 years now since my divorce. And after my divorce, of course, I changed my name back to my last name I was born with, which had a different spelling than I was born with. So this has evolved during my life. But those two things, when I realized that there was like a simple, so to speak, solution to this self-hate, I was like, I'm all in. Can I live my life without this? I'm ready. I'm ready to try.
I love that because I'm sure people are going to be like, wait a minute. So you came across this woman and she taught about changing names, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. No, it's much deeper than that. It comes
It's
from this
much deeper.
knowing inside that, hey, I would like to try something different, and it feels so suited to me that this might have worked for the past, but there's might be an easier way to do this. And it really feels like a calling, correct? I
Yeah.
love
And I
it.
like if I can live my life just through a different lens
Mm.
now than what I've been doing, I'm open to try it.
So that was about 6 months ago, a little more than
Yeah.
that. And
We
then,
had the reading in June,
okay.
and it took me just 9 or 10 days to decide that I want to change my name. And to me, like when I know, and then I move.
And you move.
So those 9 days felt like super long. Now in hindsight, it was like that was a week.
Yeah, that was nothing, but it gets so exciting, especially when your soul's, let's do this.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And then it was just, okay, let's go. So we had a meeting schedule in the middle of July, middle of July, for me to tell her what I wanted to be coded in my name instead.
Wow.
So she had things to work on when she was finding these new names, because I got, I don't know, 10, 15 options to choose from. And later she said that when she found this name, she knew that this was the name. She couldn't just send me this name, because then it wouldn't be my choice. So I had to see all the names and to really know that this is the one.
Yes.
So the name change was registered on August the 8th, which was so symbolic. It was also a year that was number 8 last year. So it was 888.
So now it's been 6 months. Tell us about everything that's happened personally. Okay, so do it in 3 sections, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How it felt emotionally, what you feel physically, and then also what's happened like in your professional business life.
So the first change, like the inside change, it was almost instantaneous.
Really?
Because I could feel like a release in my body.
Okay.
And I can't really describe how I knew, but it was like this self-hate component was gone.
Oh.
And before I got my divorce 12 years ago, I was really into raw food, but I haven't been like, it hasn't felt like available to me for 12 years. And now it was like, okay, we had been away for the summer holidays for 6 months, 6 weeks. I came home and it was a few days before the name was registered, but I didn't go grocery shopping until the name was registered. I don't know why. And I was like, okay, who am I now? What do I want to buy? And what ended up happening was that it was all raw food.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay.
And different things that used to be a part of my life, but they started to disappear during the last 10, 12 years, like yoga or going to the gym. They have been starting to come back, like this taking care of my body in a totally different way. I stopped drinking alcohol almost completely.
Wow.
I don't really want to drink it anymore. And I can't drink as much as I used to be able to do.
We are going to have her on the podcast in the future. We already have her booked, so we'll go all into her methodology.
Yeah.
But what I love is that before she's even on, we have someone who's lived this. And it's not all about the name coding. It's more about you had decided there was time for a change. The universe intersects you with her, and this totally, completely resonates with you. You decide to take on this new identity, which for other people does not necessarily need to be, I'm going to recode my name, although I love that and I'm completely fascinated by it and I believe in it. Anyone can decide it's time for a change. And then you literally felt these physical changes starting to happen. Number one, with this raw food. I love this. Keep going.
And what's been so fascinating to me is that when I have read my horoscope in the horoscope app I use during this time, it has been so in sync with the changes that has come from me changing my name. You can't make it up.
No. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started craving the raw food, started buying the raw food. You're drawn more back into yoga. Tell me, so what else have you noticed over the last 6 months?
What else I noticed, I've been working with accounting parallel to coaching for 15 years or so. And I haven't really been able to take the step fully out and leave accounting. And now it was like I became invisible to the companies I had been working with before, because I work as a consultant. So I take short-term jobs. And I was like, what is going on?
Hello?
This was
Hello. Have you forgotten about me?
And it wasn't bad, because this is one of the things I wanted to code into my new name to step away from this and to be able to step into the new.
Yeah.
But it was really weird. And there can be logical explanations, like I changed my name on LinkedIn, but I still have my previous first name there. And most of the people I used to work with, they have my phone number, so they could
Yes.
text me or call me. So it can't be the full explanation.
Yes.
And the second thing was that it was a so strong no from my soul. No, I can't do this anymore. I'm
No
done.
more accounting. No
No
more
more
accounting.
accounting.
It's no longer who you are.
Yeah.
And how did that feel? Was that scary? Was that something that you felt? Was it a mixture of, oh crap, what am I doing? And yay, I'm excited because I felt this, or I feel paralyzed? Talk a little bit about that because this is important for people. We glamorize making changes. And then if you actually start taking those steps, some of it's beautiful. And then other parts of it, you're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's where the money
It's
comes
been
from. Where's my money? Wait a
yeah.
minute. What am I doing? Okay, talk a little bit about how you
It's
did
been a
that.
combination because I didn't have much money saved and I wasn't prepared for this shift to be this instant, like I don't wanna. So I decided that this is finally the time for me to go all in energetically with my coaching business. But nothing happened. There were no money coming in. And there were days where I was like in so much fear. It almost felt like I was going to die some of the days. And one part of me was like, okay, this is not me dying. This is Anna dying.
Ah, yes, the old version of you.
The old version of me. And the
Right.
old strategies I could use to get money, could I take a business loan or could I take a
Mm.
personal loan? They didn't really work.
Oh
So I
no.
was like, okay, this is like free falling.
Yes, I'm loving the name and the raw food, but I'm
Yeah.
not so certain about the finances. What have I done?
Yeah.
Was
And
there a
as
point right then when you started questioning, or were you still like,
no, I didn't start questioning it, but I was really confused about the money because this was also a part that was coded in the new name in a
oh,
better
yes.
way than before. So I
Mhm.
was like, what is this? And
Mm.
Michaela said, you just have to be patient because the outer things take a little longer time.
Yes, and we all know the energetics of money.
Yeah.
If you don't know the energetics of money, any listeners, we'll be talking about that on a different podcast. So this is beautiful and fun and at the same time nerve-wracking and scary.
Super scary.
And how did you feel? How did you navigate that?
This has been like the deepest, most expansive and most challenging journey in building my personal power, my emotional maturity, and my relationship to God.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
this. I felt goosebumps, and then it was funny because I felt them instantly, but then I started to feel a ripple of goosebumps. Ooh, I like that. I think this is actually really valuable because you did it through a method of completely changing your name and then taking on that energetic shift in all areas of your life. But for anyone, as you're walking that path, what have you found that has been the most comforting, giving you solid ground to stand on? What are the things that you're using that are helping you navigate this? Because we're not completely on the other side, which
Yeah.
we're never completely on the other side, especially if you're an expansive person. But for you, where you're at now, what have you found that helps you to navigate stressful times to get you back to that? I am the one. I'm calm. This is working. I am on my life's path. Everything's going to be fine.
There are a few different things. And the first and the biggest thing is that I don't see the full picture, but God does. And there's
Yes.
something here that still needs to happen, something that will bring even more expansion, that I will
Yes.
be able to hold even more. So this was one thing. And I started working with my father as my senior advisor, and my father died in 2012. It was the days when I didn't really feel connected to God. It felt
Mhm.
too distant. I just
Mhm.
brought in my father
Oh, I
and said,
like.
can you please show me the next step?
That's one of my favorite. Whenever I'm going through something challenging or I'm making a big decision in life, I always ask myself, is this the best next step for me? Because I, like you were saying, I can only see so far. And whether you believe in God or the universe or something bigger, there is an intuitive nudge inside each of us that is connected to something beyond our logical mind. So I'll sit there and look at it and think, okay, I feel that this might be a good step, but is this the best next step for me? And I would get that answer. I love that you would do that through your father and God. Okay. So then you would start taking these steps. And then when you're in the thick of it, do you give yourself that grace and time to be like, all right, today's not the best day. I'm in a little bit of a panicky mode. I'm going to be okay. Ride that wave and emotion, knowing you'll get through it? Or do we have like full blown panic attack and then have to logically talk ourselves through it? What have you learned? Because this is all going to be so beautiful to help your clients in your coaching community. What have you found is the best way to navigate it for you?
Realize that I actually have to cry,
Mm,
probably. Stop holding it all in me because I tend to go like holding it together so much. So
mm,
I really need to cry.
yes.
And yoga is so good because
Oh,
that's the magic carpet. I can go
yes.
to the yoga mat, go to a class, and then I can cry for an hour, and there's so much release.
Oh, that's so true. You're honoring your mind and your body at once because it's not just a mental change. Whenever we're making a change, we make it mentally, emotionally, and physically. And they don't always align at when we're doing those, when it's adjusting to the transitions or when it's fully embodying the new change. I'm single as well. I've been single my whole life. I never got married. I don't have my own children. And we are taught to be, we have to be very independent because who's going to do it for us? Nobody's opening the doors or paying the bills. So, how has it been for you as you've been making all of these changes? Are you feeling also a shift in this letting go of the single because that was part of the old coding?
Yeah. Not yet, actually, because the pressure has been too intense
Mm,
to handle what's been because I am single. I live with my two kids.
mm,
So I have two kids, two cats, a dog, a house, and everything to take care of financially
yes,
without an income. So that's been
that's a
like the
lot.
main
Yes.
focus. But I feel like it's starting to come back. And what was really helpful for me was to find the queen archetype in me, to
Mm,
see that she already exists in me.
mm,
And she was like, I felt really connected to her. This was a thing like was given to me in a embodiment session. And when I was given this concept, it really felt, yes, she is there. And I could just awaken the queen and
mm,
tap into this frequency. And moving from her, when I look into the opportunities of going on a date, or how do I want to lead myself in relationship, that is so much easier than to
yes.
navigate from my
Mm,
experience as a human.
It's so true. We all are. And yet, most of us don't even really know that or recognize it. If we hear it, we feel like, I'm a queen. It feels a little weird to say that. Oh, people will think I'm arrogant, but there's a queen energy inside each of us. Are you noticing, excuse me, so as you're taking on this queen energy, is it also helping? This is what just came to me, that the money is actually rerouting. So it appears on the physical frame that there's been a financial loss with the letting go of the accounting as the main source of income. But it feels like the money path and the money system is in the process of just completely rerouting itself into a new pathway to you. And it feels really exciting, as I was saying, that it's really wanting to come through as you're expanding your coaching and opening up different portals to finances. So I know being a single mom with the home and the pets, which I love pets, but having all that responsibility, I think bringing in, as you're saying, bringing in that queen energy allows to kind of balance that masculine responsibility energy. The queen is responsible. The queen is the top of all things in some ways, but it's done in such a, I already have the power, it's already within me, and I can rely on others to. This is really interesting. So, are you starting to feel it's all going to be okay financially? It's going to start coming in. Yeah, tell me how that's all playing out for you now that you're
It's
embodying that.
it's been miracle after miracle.
Ooh,
It's
share
really been
some
a
of that.
journey of you're gonna wonder how to do it until you wonder how you did it,
Thank you,
as my
Melanie.
name
So
says. Yeah,
we love Melanie. You're going to wonder how to do
how
it
to
until
do
you
it.
wonder
Yeah.
how you did
So
it.
so if
Brilliant
you
statement. Melanie
if you would
Layer,
have
everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if you would have told me 6 or 7 months ago that you're going to live without an income and
Oh,
provide for your kids and do the most amazing things, I would have been like,
yeah.
that's not possible. And that's what have happened over and over again. And this is where the connection with God comes back again. I know that I am provided for. I have no idea how, but I
Yeah.
know that I will be.
Well, I'm so big on the words that we speak. So you didn't know that you were going to be provided a different path for the income. You just lost, no, I don't like the word lost. You faded out of the known stream of income into more trust and faith that you would be provided for. And here it is. It's happening. It's miraculous. While a soon to be known and reliable source of income is in process of developing. So I like that because there wasn't a loss of income as far as completely never having any money. It was in the process of shifting and you're being provided for. And I like that because it truly teaches the abundance of money. It also teaches that we can trust. I can let go of something I no longer feel aligned with, even though I clearly cannot see the path. And I will be provided for, and I can trust that while something else is building that my soul is leading me to, that I will be taken care of. And I love that. So are you the type who do you like write down your little miracles? Do you journal them? Do you
Yes.
celebrate them?
Yes. So this was actually like there have come so many programs and teachings from living this these last months. So one of the things, a program that came to me is called Pockets of Money. And it's not about the pocket money. And this started in one of the mastermind sessions with Melanie. That was one of the days where I actually felt like I'm going to die. I don't know how to survive this. And she asked me, what can you do to take care of yourself today, or something like that. And what I found myself saying was that I can focus on the pockets of stillness, the pockets of beauty, the pockets of all the good things. And the same day, I made a little money. I sold something on this vintage app. So I received about $50. And it was the first money that came into my life in 2.5 months.
Oh, love
And
it.
I was like, this is a pocket of money. Can I expand this pocket tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
What if I could double this pocket tomorrow? And what happened was that it didn't double, it quadrupled. So I was like, okay, let's try again. We'll do it
Mm-hmm.
again tomorrow. Can I double it now? And it almost tripled, I believe. And
Wow.
then I was like, okay, this is magic. Can I
It's
try this again?
yes. And this is so much fun. It's not literal, but you said pockets of money. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, somewhere in the summer last year, I was getting ready to go on a trip with a friend of mine and I grabbed an old pair of cutoffs. I put them on and I stick my hand in one of the pockets just to shove that pocket down. As I stick my hand in there, I feel money. And I feel that crispness when it's been through the washing machine. And I literally feel my fingers touch money. And I'm like, oh, there's money in this pocket. And I was like, okay, this is so exciting because I do not leave money in my pockets. I pull it out and it's all crunchy and it's all folded up. And it looks like it's just $10, but I'm still so excited. Who finds $10 in their pocket? And I start to unfold it and unfold it and unfold. And then I realize there's 3 bills here. And I was like, what? It ends up being $50. I literally danced around my house like I had just found $50,000 because I believe in the energetics of money, right? I am dancing around this house so excited. I found $50 in my pocket. So I love that you're telling this story and it's $50 and it's a pocket in time, a pocket just makes my soul so happy. For anyone who's listening, if you don't understand the energetics of money, $50 to some people is a lot, to some people it's nothing, but it is how you feel about the $50. And if you don't give that $50 that beautiful, loving excitement and receiving that it deserves, you are blocking the receiving of money. And so for you to actually have this awakening, create this whole program, keep going. I love this so much. So you started, so you had this one experience, then it quadrupled, then you try again and it's tripling. So have you turned this into a program? Can people access this?
It is a program. I'm running it live now, but it's not, you can't join now because we just have 1 week left, but it's a program that you can buy on replay.
You can reach out to her later and find out more.
And
I think we'll have to do that on repeat.
And it's so beautiful because it looks so simple or so easy. And then we connect back to this, what I said, that I make the complex things easy, because from the outside, this program looks really simple. But what's happening and the insights and the realizations, and to see the participants really understanding that we are so held, we are so supported.
Yes.
Like you can't even imagine.
Yes. And you know what I'm really getting as you're talking is in your specific circumstance, you could not have had that deep of an understanding if the finances had not shifted. All of this is about, okay, I'm so used to this method of the money coming in. I can't see where it's going to come from. I'm being held. I'm living these experiences. I'm open and in tune enough to realize I could create this into a program. I could share this. And you're sharing it from such an empowered, beautiful, lovely, co-creative place. Like it's not just God providing for you. And if you don't use the word God, use universe or whatever is convenient for you. But something is providing for me and I am a part of it. And I think you could have chosen differently. Some people, when they get in these financial constraints or loss, we constrict and we get worried and we panic and it becomes other people's problems or we don't know how to find the solutions. This is so valuable for any person who comes across this at any point in time to hear, okay, I am trusting, I'm leaving what I knew. I'm not being able to see where the finances are going to come from. And yet, because I'm aware and I believe and I trust and I'm actually paying attention to what's coming in, it's coming. And I'm so grateful for it. And then I make it fun and more comes and I'm so grateful for it. And then I want to share this with others so that they can have this experience so they can lighten that stress and that anxiety in their body. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. It's so valuable.
Now I'm
Okay.
going to share the really
Yes.
big story
I
around money.
love it. Yes, do tell.
So in the beginning of December, I had run out of the solutions I could think of how to bring money in. It's December. I'm going to hold the frequency of a Christmas miracle. I'm going to hold this energy all through December until I get the Christmas miracle. There will be
I love it.
miracle. December 14th, I'm starting to panic.
Yes.
It's soon Christmas. I don't have much limit left on my credit cards. I don't have much cash. It's coming up Christmas, and then there will be the end of the month, bills to pay.
Quick question. Did you have a specific idea in mind of what the
No.
Christmas? You were wide open. Okay, keep
Wide
going.
open, wide
Okay.
open.
December 14th.
December 16th,
Okay.
I'm starting to cry. I'm crying the whole day. I'm going to yoga, crying on the yoga mat, just crying. And I come home to my daughter and I say, because my kids are both highly sensitive, so there's a worry in me that they are picking up on my fears and my worry. So I say to her that I hope you don't feel this anxiety in me because I really don't want you to carry this. And she's, no, I just know that you will figure this out.
Love her. Okay, keep going. Oh, yay.
So 2 days later, December 18th, we got the delivery of the Christmas tree. And it's not a Christmas tree, it's like a tiny stick, not what we ordered. So I'm like, this is so much lack in one one tree. And I was like, I think I'm going to manifest something today. Could it be that I will get a free Christmas tree if I claim this as not what we ordered? Maybe they will return the money and I can buy a new one and have some extra money. But it was just too much lack in a Christmas tree. No. And then there was another call with Melanie, and someone asked something. And just on a side note, she says that when you pay me, all the taxes are included. And this is where my background in accounting really is something valuable, because I was like, what did she say? I have been adding VAT on my payments to her for 2 years.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I have been paying double VAT on my payments to her for 2 years. That's quite a lot of money.
Oh my gosh.
It was $8,148.
You're making me cough. I already have a cough.
Yeah.
I can't laugh and cough at the same time. Oh my. Oh my. I was on that call. I remember hearing the words, which is funny. I would have never remembered it until you said it. But to me, it didn't impact me. It just went right
No,
through. But of course, oh my gosh.
that was my Christmas miracle. And the funny thing is that if I go back to the one of the first nights where I asked my dad for guidance,
Uh-huh.
one of the intuitions I had, it was midnight, it was full moon in the end of October or something.
Mhm.
And I just felt like I have to go up, I have to open my computer, and I have to go through all the VAT codes on my webpage. And I thought that this was because I should make sure it was really squeaky clean.
Uh-huh.
If there was someone, some international client coming
Yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
So he was
So
really then, already then, like making
here's where
hints
it is.
about,
Here's where
yeah,
it is.
it's VAT, it's the foreign VAT.
Oh my
But I couldn't connect it until December. So December 19th, I just registered this at the tax authorities. And I was like, okay, but they will just return the money tomorrow. And there were Christmas and holidays. And on December 27th, so 4 working days later, this was approved and the money was returned to me. And yesterday I met an old colleague and told her this story. And when I told her that it took 4 days for them to approve this, she was like, this is crazy. They didn't ask anything. And 4 days, that usually takes weeks. So there were so many miracles in this story.
I have never heard of anything happening that fast. Ever. Ever. Crazy incredible. Crazy incredible. I love this story so much. I love it. Now people are going to be like, wait, have I ever paid on my taxes? I love this.
And the thing is that this was in the middle of the Exponential Wealth program with Melanie. And when people manifest money in that program, and someone has a tax return or something, and I had been thinking all the way up until then that, well, a tax refund, that's the last thing that would happen to me because I know what I'm doing. There's no chance that I would get a tax refund.
I know what I'm doing. I love that
Yeah.
statement. There is no chance that would happen to me because I know what I'm doing. God and the universe are like, Side note, sure you do. Wait a few minutes. Wait just a minute. We got something coming. I swear God and the universe has the greatest sense of humor. I love this so much. Okay, that is incredible. I love little miracles, but I love that little miracles add to big miracles. And what's so funny is in universe energetics and frequency, that's the same level miracle.
Yeah.
We make it so different. Like the 50 bucks in the pocket full of money type creation was just as big to God and the universe as this $8,000. But we're like, oh, yes, more of the 8,000, please. People need these stories. We need to be reminded. One note that I would like to add, because my mom and I have these fun conversations. My mom manifests things, not money. She loves to build things. And so she'll be like, you know what? I need to find. So she's redoing cabinets and they needed to find a specific type size microwave and specific size oven and these specific things for the rails. And all of them just start showing up for her. It is so nuts. It is like she gets to place a little order and it goes up to the universe delivery and she just gets stuff. It always happens with the things that she's building or creating. I feel like in life, if you want more abundance, you always have to be aware of the tiniest miracles and consider them miracles and celebrate them. This is so exciting. I love
And
this.
those kind of things. Like I had the same thing in November because my fridge and freezer were breaking down and it was like the old measures. So I was like, I won't find a new one this size. I have to redo my kitchen in some way. We have to remove things and this will be so ugly. And then I found this one and it fits like it was like millimeters, but it fit. And that kind of manifestation, that's even more miraculous than
Right.
money, because money is just money is money.
Let's never say money is just. Money
No,
is money
like,
is money. We'll take
yeah,
it
money is
all.
money is money. That's like,
We
is it
love
this
it.
money or this money? But
Yes.
like this specific
That
thing.
one specific,
Yeah,
yes. It's just miracle after miracle.
yeah.
So tell me where you're at now and looking forward more about embodying more of being the one of this woman. What do you see for your future? What do you feel now and see for your future?
What I see is that the thing that I said previously, like the personal leadership and the emotional maturity and the relationship to God, that will be my biggest teachings ever. That's one of the things.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what also came to me in December is a program called Heartbeats. And I thought it would be about being in energetic sync with your company, but it turned out to be an initiation to leading a God-led company.
Ooh.
So it became so much bigger than I could ever imagine. And the feedback has just been
Oh.
amazing.
So, what is the best way for people to find you? What do you prefer? And then what do you have out there right now? So, are you in Instagram? Is it best to find you
Instagram
Instagram?
is best. Facebook
Okay,
also works.
great.
Instagram is just aviaya.se, and that's the same as my web page. And right now, Heartbeats, we have closed for new participants, but there will be a next edition because this will just, I can't leave it at one time. We
No,
need to do this
definitely
so
not.
over again. And then the leadership program, that's the personal leadership, and that will bridge then into the emotional maturity program called Ageless. And in that will both be teachings about emotional maturity and emotional intelligence, but I will also bring in the face reading and the yin yoga because I'm a yoga teacher too.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, we've got a few minutes. Tell us about
about
face
face
reading.
reading.
Yes, people,
Yes.
I'm sure most people have never even heard of it. Tell us about face
No.
reading. Oh,
Yeah. Face reading comes from it's the foundation is in Chinese medicine and
okay.
the five element system. So it was a tool for the ancient doctors to use when they were treating people, like a male doctor treating a female patient, they couldn't touch her. So
Oh,
if she had a stomach pain, was it a broken rib or was it the appendix or was it something else or was she pregnant? And then they use the facial diagnostics. So I don't use it as a diagnostic tool, but I use it for reading the emotional status of a person, and also I'll put it like this. There are three parts of it. The facial features tells me about your personality.
Ooh.
Like how open you are, or are you generous? There's so many features in this. Like this is the personality, and the face and the features can change during your life too. So it's not set in stone. And then there are the lines, and the lines tell me about your emotional status. Are you processing your emotions, or are you holding them inside of you? Because all the lines comes from unprocessed emotions.
Okay.
The emotions we don't process, we keep in us, and we keep repeating the facial expressions, and that's what brings the lines.
Okay.
And when we start processing and releasing the emotions, the lines can also start to fade away.
Seriously, I wish we would have done an entire hour on this. I'm going to need this.
And the third part of this is how much I can see your soul in your face and in your presence.
And do you offer these private readings one-on-one yet?
I've integrated it in something I call a breakthrough reading, because then I also use what I read energetically and what I pick up in different ways. So it's part of that.
Recommend that for everybody. I might be one of her first clients. Let's get on that. You know where to find her. That is so absolutely fascinating. I love the work that you do. I love, as challenging as it is, I love that you've gone through this process. So you have such beautiful and fun moments of time of all these miracles to be able to share with people for the things that we take it for granted on a regular basis. And yet you have a miracle after miracle, different size, different types of financial wins, and not just financial wins, physical wins. And then you also have these skills and talents. You have so many amazing things coming ahead. These are great, heart-led, soulful types of programs. I'm so grateful we've been in the same group so I could actually meet you and see who you are and learn about you, also what you have to offer the world. I'm grateful you came on this so that more people can find you. And that's the whole point. We're going to do podcast and YouTube. I like video because some people will hear your voice and resonate, and some are going to see you just have a light about you. And I hope that the right people find you at the right time for them. And I would love for the entire world to know about you. I just feel that you have such a good heart in everything that you're doing, and you're leading your entire business that way. I personally am grateful that you made that transition away from accounting, although it served its purpose, and you're so skilled in that, to be able to take everything that you know and that you feel and use these gifts and help so many people. The beauty of the internet, the beauty of podcasts and YouTube and Instagram, people all over the world can find you for this. I think it's so amazing.
So much. And I want to share one more thing.
Yes, yes.
And it was that in the beginning of this year, I set the intention that I'm ready for my name to be carried around the world. And since then, I was invited here. I was on a podcast in Denmark. I was part of a summit that was hosted by a Polish woman in England, and we were speakers from, I don't know, 6 countries. And there's one more summit coming up. So this is such a beautiful part of this.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful to be here.
And I hope for anybody who does come across this, I want this to be a living example of completely trusting your instincts. And when you do and you know it and you take those action steps, it's not always easy. It's not, but you're doing what your soul is telling you to do. You're being supported on that path. And that is the whole point. We're all meant to have this big, beautiful life, whatever big and beautiful means to you. But it does take courage. It takes those action steps. It takes trust. It takes continuing through the things that appear challenging, but also using that opportunity to take the lessons and to give back to others. I really think this is such an inspiring story. And I already know that it's going to be even more amazing the next time we talk, where you're going to be and all the experiences you will have been through. But Thank you for coming on and sharing your story. And I truly think it's so valuable. Selfishly, I'm excited to do a face reading, but I think it is applicable to anyone who's willing to take those chances, who's sitting there thinking it's time for a change. There's more to me. I want to love myself more. I want to live my soul's purpose. Something in me is telling me I'm the one. I just haven't known how to do it. So I'm going to start with these baby steps, and I can think back to your story in the times where I get afraid. I can come back and listen. She was fine. She was fine. She was fine. She had responsibilities. She did it. She took it. If she can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. I love that.
Thank you so much. And thank you
Yes.
for having me.
Yes. We'll definitely have you again. Thank you so much.